All right, guys. So a couple of weeks ago, I had talked about a report that I saw about Washington State Board of Health and their new rules that they were getting ready to vote in. I'm sure you guys saw it somewhere else on the news, on the internet, or whatever. And then you probably saw a fact check for it. Let's go over this fact check real. Fact check. No discussion of forced quarantine vaccines from Washington Health Board. The claim: Washington State Board of Health will vote on using police to enforce child vaccine mandate. That wasn't the claim. I know for me, that wasn't the claim, and it wasn't the claim when I saw the people talking about it. They never said that cops were going to enforce children vaccine mandate. The Post asserted that the board members would discuss an emergency order allowing health officials to use law enforcement to involuntarily detain a person or a group of persons to be isolated and quarantined in a facility and vote on including COVID-19 vaccines as part of school immunization and requirements. Okay, so that's not even the claim that you saw they set up on the top of the title. All right. Similar versions of the claim made their way to Facebook, Twitter, while some users shared a Substack post about it on the proposed policies to involuntarily detain people in quarantine facilities and mandate COVID vaccinations in school. But the post misinterprets agenda items for the state's January 12th virtual public meeting. There is no proposal to use police to enforce child mandate, much less vote on it. And the discussion of requiring COVID-19 vaccines is in the preliminary stages and not up yet for a vote. That was never the claim. That was never the claim. Okay. So USA Today reached out to the board members. Washington State Board of Health published a statement on its website that it's neither voting requiring COVID-19 vaccination for school children, nor discussing isolation or quarantine policies at the January 12th meeting. The board said it would receive a progress update from a technical advisory group, which is considering adding COVID-19 vaccines to Washington's existing legislation on required immunizations for schools and child care center, a drug that is still under emergency use authorization. Comirnaty, which got approval, is not on the shelves yet. Okay, I want to make that very clear. All right. The social media post mischaracterized a section of the chapter that says local health officer can detain certain individuals for purpose of isolation or quarantine if there's a reason the person poses a serious imminent risk, okay, of health and safety. In such case, the officer would have to formally submit a court isolation request. However, this rule has been in place since February 2003 and is unrelated to COVID-19. The board says it's continuing a 2021 hearing to update the language referencing HIV and AIDS to align with the state law passed in June 2020, focused on modernizing and the control of communicable diseases. Based on our research, we rate false. The claim at Washington State Board of Health will vote on using police to enforce child vaccine mandate. Nobody said that was a thing. The board said it would receive update from group about the vaccine, and a section of the state law detaining for people for isolation quarantine has been in place since February 2003, unrelated to COVID-19. Is not being discussed or voted in the meeting. They were talking about changing the wording and they were going to add in COVID-19, but they don't even have to. The thing says communicable diseases. And to bring back your attention, I'm not going to read the whole article, the whole legislation again. Hold on. So they said everything was false. Like I said, you don't even have to, it doesn't have to say COVID-19, whether they voted on it or not. I can't find anything else about it because now everything's being taken over with fact checking. But this still stands right here. A local health officer may invoke the powers of police officers, sheriffs, constables, and other officers and employees of any political sub. Okay. So, and I don't have to read the whole thing. We already went through this. We already did this in my last video when I go through it more in detail. And I'm not saying that they're doing this tomorrow. I'm just saying the wording is here if they decided they wanted to. All right. That's all I'm saying. So why do I show this again? To be aware that, you know why I show this? It's not even to make you say, go and get, I'm definitely not saying, now go get vaccinated. I'm not saying that. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. I'm definitely not telling you to be scared, okay? Because this thing's been here, okay? It's just so you can be aware. And then So you can see how the news, corporate media, these USA Today, all these fact checkers are BS. All right. They change your words around and then tell you, no, you're wrong. Nobody said what you said that we're wrong about. Okay. So this is what I wanted to bring to your attention, a perfect example of how they play with words and then they lie to you and then tell you that you're wrong and make you question yourself after we just read the legislation right here. Okay, guys, thank you for coming over. I'll see you at the next video. Bye.